What were you doing when you were 19 years old? This creator in question amassed millions of followers, bagged a couple of high-level brand deals, and now has her own coffee brand? Yes, we are here today talking about Emma Chamberlain, her coffee, and no, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about your progress in life. I just think this is an inspirational story for us to learn how to turn our smallest passions into the biggest wins. Welcome back to the TohirT channel. My name is Tahir, and today we talk about Emma Chamberlain, we talk about her impact on the industry, and yes, we will even do a little bit of an unboxing and a taste test. Let's do this! Confession time. Emma Chamberlain is not really my kind of content. Wait, what? I know, I'm just not into the thrift show runs, the Trader Joe's runs, the fast food taste tests, but I do not need to be subscribed to her channel or constantly consume every single video that she produces to appreciate how much of a freaking hard worker this girl is. She's been at it since the age of 16, and over the past 3 years, yes, she's 19 years old, she was hammering at it and producing high quality content. Her sense of humor, her unique style of editing, her just storytelling aspects that she bakes into her videos created a very Emma Chamberlain-esque unique style. And beyond all of her achievements as a YouTube creator, she skipped a few steps in what I would call the creator's journey and jumped straight into the producing her own product based on her own passion. Chamberlain Coffee was born out of Emma's love for coffee. She is ahead of millions of other creators when it comes to her regular content, and now she's jumping into the product game straight on and building the brand around it. Chamberlain Coffee is the first consumable product created by a creator on YouTube, and I enjoy this entire journey of exploring different ways by which our YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers influence other industries as they realize the power of their network. But we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. Let's first focus on the actual product that I've purchased. The Chamberlain Coffee website is very nice, easy to navigate, and I love the style and how it translates well from the very beginning of your journey when you just observe and look at some of the products and you window shop to the checkout and all the way to actually receiving the box in your hands. When it comes to the product itself, I ordered one of those gift sets. I like the presentation style, I like the simplicity of the unboxing experience. I picked a night out blend, and as you can tell, it came with the coffee itself, a couple of coffee pockets that you can either brew standalone or make a cold brew out of, a few straws, and the actual mason jar. When you touch and you look closely at the packaging, you can see it's a high quality made product. I like the fact that at least, or I suspect that it's not, produced by a white label company that just slapped Emma Chamberlain's brand on it. It does feel like something Emma and her team curated, and they kind of like picked apart and tried different things and created this collection of different products. This is important because this is her brand extension. This is her first venture into true product space. So you want to make sure that that initial introduction, the first experience, is top notch and leaves the best impression possible with all of those fans who subscribe to her channel, but more importantly, those people who try the coffee for the sake of coffee and not just because it has a Chamberlain name on it. All right, let's see. I hope I did justice. I tried to go with the whole like almost a cold brew style with obviously some ice, not almond milk, just one of those regular creamers. I don't know if that will mess it up, but it's actually not much of taste in that creamer, so hopefully not much. All right. It actually tastes strong. This is my like second cup in the last 2.5-3 hours, so if I get wired by the end of this video, just cheers. This is a night owl one, as you saw in the b-roll. I don't know if their other flavors taste distinctly different or not. Go check out maybe some of the other reviewers who actually discuss the entire palette that the Chamberlain Coffee has. But as you understood, coffee itself is only part of the reason why I wanted to make this video. Congrats to Emma. I must say, it's not only a good tasting coffee, but it's also the fact that this is her first attempt at producing a product in the real world, outside of the digital space that she's more used to by producing her own blogs, and she accomplished it before she turned 20 and before she hit the 10 million mark as of the time of recording of this video. I must say, I am a big coffee drinker. I love coffee. I lost access to good quality coffee once we went into the lockdown and started working from home, because my office for my 9 to 5 job has amazing selection of different coffee machines and different coffee types. Where here, once we started working here, the selection sucked. And I had to figure out and kind of like build up my library, for like a better word, of different coffees. And of course, I went with kind of like your staple consumer brands. I went with Starbucks brand because that's what is known and what I'm used to drinking when I'm somewhere on the road, as well as I go shop to Trader Joe's frequently, so I tried their types of coffee as well. But then, interesting how the timing works, I came across Amber Chamberlain's video and I saw her advertising her own coffee in that video. I also in parallel heard one of those other analysts talking about the successful creators and their brands, and Chamberlain Coffee came up. So I decided to give it a try, and this is exciting to me because as a fellow creator, I want to support other creators. Also, big brands are there, they keep producing their own type of products. They're not keeping up with times. They used to being comfortable with people having that physical access to their stores, they owning the real estate and essentially occupying our attention. In 2021, with all of us essentially working from home or being under some form of a lockdown globally, we're now used to purchasing a lot of the products online. Stores like Trader Joe's completely fell behind in my opinion because they don't even deliver, and those that deliver still have a very rigid selection. That leveled the playing field for the brands like Chamberlain Coffee, where they have now access equal to the access that the Starbucks has to my household and to me when I try to select between supporting a fellow creator and supporting a big brand that, let's face it, did not really change much and used to be hip but now just a commodity. Yeah, of course I would pick Emma Chamberlain's coffee, and for me this video was an excuse to both try it out, to talk about the influence that the creators now have on the industry, as well as just trying out a new coffee that will most likely at this point will take over the shelf above my coffee machine. What also excites me about this product and the fact that so many influencers, or I guess creators, influencers is a little bit of a buzzword, are moving into the product space is the early sign of that revolution that all of those creators are driving. After all, and I've mentioned it in one of my prior videos over here, creators have direct access to their audiences. That audience religiously follow them, and via them getting that support for the new products that they release, creators quickly take over certain niches in the industries, and nothing really stops them from growing in them further and taking on those big box brands. As much as I love Starbucks, as much as I love Trader Joe's, they're faceless brands. They do not carry that personal attachment that we have to some of these creators. And me, not being really a subscribed religious fan to Emma Chamberlain, I was still very excited to support her and her endeavor, and I'm happy to learn that the product is good. She's moving and doing all the right things, being a 19-year-old with a great support of her team. And now this whole topic makes me wonder, what other creators are up to today that we're not aware of that will completely change certain industries during the rest of the year and for the following 10 to 15 years? I'm making good progress through this video. This is why I think it's an exciting time for being a creator or even being a business professional. For the creators, they finally realize and the gears are turning that they can monetize their audience and really get them to support their business outside of just your regular t-shirts, hoodies, or basic ad revenue. For the business creators who are done with the corporate life, this is an opportunity to contribute their business skills to a growing brand that will in the future take over some of the niches or potentially the entire verticals in the industry. There is an important test ahead of Emma and the Chamberlain Coffee and some of the other fellow YouTubers and their brands, which is, can they continue to sell the product outside of just their YouTube channels or Instagram channels or TikTok channels? Because if you cannot drive the audience to the shopping carts out of other channels just besides the video itself, your brand will not survive. You need to continuously converting people like me who might not be watching your videos yet still interested in trying out the product and then like it, and they continue to come back to purchase the product and not necessarily consuming your content. This is a test of times that all of them will have to pass and figure out as creators, because some of them will eventually be tired of producing the videos, the photos, the TikToks. They would want to do something else, move on to the other ventures, maybe step a little bit back, become those like chairmen of companies and essentially run the business behind the scenes and have other people potentially on their channels presenting the content. There are different flavors to how some of these YouTube creators will evolve throughout their career, because don't forget, a lot of the guys and gals who I'm talking to are yet even to hit 30 years. So they have their entire lives and careers ahead of them. And that conversion from being just a YouTuber, social media brand, to actually building out the brand that takes over that industry, that niche, the vertical, whatever that may be, whatever the slice of the pie that they will take over. Once they nail it, we will see the entire population of consumers drifting away from those big box brands over to the influence-led brands. And this is why, if you're an influencer, you should keep pushing and developing your audience and working on moving yourself and your monetization efforts outside of just selling your merch or getting the ad revenue. And if you're a business professional, well, the future no longer holds just those big GEs, IBMs, Microsofts of the world. The future just might be becoming the business muscle behind one of those creators. Did you know Emma Chamberlain on the fact that she has her own coffee? Do you want to try this brand? And what are other creators and their brands I should try on this channel next? Let me know and share your thoughts in the section below. I'm really getting into this whole topic of business and creators for the longest time. Since I started this channel, one of those topics that I had in my head was, where does this go, and how does my creative side and the fact that I really enjoy making these videos merge with the fact that I still enjoy my 9-to-5 and I enjoy doing my operations and business development and kind of like figuring out and building out the businesses. And I think this is it. I think this is kind of the space where I'm most comfortable in. This is the space where I bring my like 12 plus years of business experience and almost 5 years now of the creator experience. And yes, if you are a fellow creator who is about at that, pinnacle of evolution, and you're starting to think, okay, how can I monetize myself further? Start thinking about this business idea. So reach out and let's chat. Always happy to hear what you have on your mind. And if you're a business professional and you're in the finance, ops, product development, you have a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of creators who will need that help, who would want to focus on creating their video content, their photo content, and do not necessarily want to bother themselves with setting up logistics behind building out the brand like Emma Chamberlain's Coffee. And well, I'm here for it. I would love to talk to you about this, guys. And if you're curious to learn more, well, I'm here every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know what you thought about this video. Share it with some of your friends. Here are a couple of other videos on my channel for you to continue watching. And well, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.